Unlimited.
Okay, news happened in the NFL while we were talking to our tribal chief who will look to win the Royal Rumble tomorrow on ESPN Unlimited. General manager for the Minnesota Vikings, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, has been fired. Joining us now, the man that broke the news, senior NFL insider for ESPN, Adam Schefter.
Hey.
Shefty, good to see you. Hope the kitchen's doing well. Okay, tell me about the Kwesi Adofo-Mensah firing. This feels late in the cycle. What do they do from here? How'd they get to this point?
Well, it is late in the cycle. It's an unusual time to fire somebody when he had been in Mobile at the Senior Bowl all week long, working for the Vikings, and then you come back to chilly Minnesota and deliver the news just a short time ago, minutes ago, that you are firing Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. Now, let me say this, that I think one of the things that people talked about in the league all during the year was the tension that existed within the Vikings organization. And there were people who said, someone just texted me this morning, they go, I told you it was ugly in Minnesota. And there was all sorts of talk. People didn't like people didn't get along, tension. I remember speaking to our Vikings reporter, Kevin Seifert, about it a few weeks ago. We had thought that there was a transfer of some power from the front office to the coaching staff, that the coaching staff had been given more power. The point is, Pat, there's a lot to this. There's a lot that's going to come out on this particular situation. But the way it was set up was not working for people. Okay. And the Vikings made the decision to fire him. Now, they have inserted their longtime executive vice president, Rob Brzezinski, into the role, the leadership role. He will lead the team through the draft. So that tells you that they're not in any rush to go hire some new general manager right now. Rob Brzezinski will lead the team. And then after the draft, they will do a search for a new general manager.
Okay, it sounds like Kevin O'Connell's doing the leading of the team, feels like, if that is what you are kind of talking about, the power going. And if you need to answer that, certainly answer that. If it's any more information or breaking news, we appreciate you obviously joining us here with little to no warning. So it sounded like somebody wasn't happy that maybe J.J. McCarthy had to be the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. I don't want to just point to one thing, but because there was reports that maybe Aaron Rodgers would go to the Minnesota Vikings. And then there was rumblings maybe coach was like, yes, just like any player or coach in the NFL would naturally do normally, is like, Aaron Rodgers can potentially be, especially if the coach is a quarterback, I could really make some magic. There was allegedly interest there, and then ultimately a decision was made to go with J.J. McCarthy, and let alone Sam Darnold. Interest had to be there. Now we're going to go with J.J. McCarthy. Sam Darnold now obviously in the Super Bowl. Is that where it kind of begins and ends? I don't want to kind of...
Look, here's the deal. When you have the quarterback situation that they did this past year, where Daniel Jones was in the building and Sam Darnold was in the building, and they leave, clearly there are going to be questions that are asked and blame that's assigned. Now, I'm not telling you that this was a Kwesi Adofo-Mensah decision or Kevin O'Connell. I don't know exactly how it came out. I do remember that they wanted and tried to keep Sam Darnold. They made an offer to him, and it just so happened that the market was such that there was more money out there and a team that wanted him even more than Minnesota, which had drafted J.J. McCarthy. Daniel Jones, they also attempted to re-sign. They tried to re-sign both those guys, and it wasn't happening at that moment. So they wanted to keep both, but they also had a commitment to J.J. McCarthy that they drafted in the first round. And that's an organizational decision. I don't know, who drafted him over the other one, but they all signed off on it, I think, obviously. And I know that they definitely worked to keep Darnold and Jones, and both wanted and were willing to leave.
Yeah, and you and I know what that means when a team wants to keep somebody or they don't want to keep somebody, or they're interested but not actually. Sam Darnold's deal is not that huge of a deal whenever it comes to quarterback deals that he took to go to Seattle. Now, I did hear they took less money to go to Indianapolis. Now, granted, that was only like $10 million. So whenever you talk about what the deals could be with Minnesota offering, not that I want to just continue to pick, go ahead?
No. I think Minnesota offered... I think Minnesota was offering Sam Darnold way less than Seattle. Seattle was about $35 million a year.
Yeah,
and
55 guaranteed, I think.
Minnesota came in way less, I believe.
Exactly, which goes back to what I was asking you about, like, yeah, we want you.
Right. Well, here's the deal. People, teams' offers always speak volume. That's what you're saying.
Yes,
right? Like,
yes, Sheffield.
It's not about the money, but it's always about the money.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Money says to you how much we're prioritizing you. The money says how much we want you. So for the Vikings, yeah, we want you. We want you to the tune of $20 to $25 million a year or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Seattle, they want you $35 million a year. So Seattle wants you more than Minnesota. That's the deal.
Yeah, that's how business works in professional sports, at least. Now, granted, there are guys that make decisions to do stuff, and allegedly Daniel Jones took less money here to come to Indianapolis because of the opportunity, potentially. It worked out for us great. I didn't even think about Daniel Jones because of how long he's been injured. Having to see Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl after he won 14 games or whatever with you guys a year before that. Let alone Daniel Jones like the number one in it. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah.
That's next year, too.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Break that news, Schefter. Daniel Jones coming back, going to be the number one quarterback in the league, and the Vikings let him out. Maybe that's why Kwesi is currently not the Minnesota Vikings general manager, but I'm sure there was other decisions they were making as well. Quickly, before we let you go, other conversation. Myles Garrett. I've been watching the Monken introduction over there in Cleveland. There's people just getting coffee in the back as if they're shooting tires. Shane Gillis' show as he walks into the building. Everybody else has these massive shots of people walking in the building, the entire building. Hey, the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Doing the entire thing. Monken walks in there, dressed casual. Love what he's doing there. Jeans with the loose dress shirt and the sport coat. I'm here to be professional, but I'm a ball guy. Okay, obviously. Walks in front desk. Almost made him check in. They didn't. Hey, sorry, I didn't bring the bench. There's people just getting coffee in the back. People just walking around. Yep, no big deal. New head coach is here. Every other building we've seen, everybody there clapping for the person. And then obviously got Myles Garrett posting on his IG story. What's going on in Cleveland? And what do we expect the future to look like up there for the Browns? Because I like to think their fans are a good fan base in the NFL. But it just feels like there's always shit happening around Brownie the Elf. What are your thoughts on the Cleveland Browns and how it's kind of rolled out and what we should look for?
Well, here's the deal. Todd Monken is a very good football coach. He really is. I got no problems at all with hiring Todd Monken. The phone's just going nuts. I got no issues with Todd Monken. The issue is that you plugged one dam or one leak and you created another. Like, you wanted to build up the offense, and so you brought in somebody that knows offense in Todd Monken, a football coach, and now you're going to probably wind up losing Jim Schwartz. So now your defense suffers. And I think they felt like our defense is so good that if we can just get somebody to elevate the offense, then we'll be in good position and good shape. So they got Todd Monken. He's going to do that. But now, I know Jim Schwartz has got 2 years left on his contract, but we're talking about how money shows you certain appreciation in whatever business, and it's the same thing in any business. If you don't get the job that you applied for, the promotion that you wanted, and it went to somebody else, you're not going to feel great